Today we will be discussing the Indian paintbrush, nature's vibrant masterpiece. Indian paintbrush, Castilleja spp. is one of North America's most distinctive and beloved wildflowers. With its fiery red, orange, and yellow blooms that resemble an artist's paintbrush dipped in paint, this remarkable plant has captured the imagination of nature enthusiasts, botanists, and indigenous peoples for centuries. We will examine the botanical traits, ecological role, cultural significance, and conservation status of this iconic wildflower. Botanical classification and characteristic. Scientific classification. Kingdom, Plantae. Division, Angiosperms. Class, Eudicots. Order, Lamiales. Family, Orobanchaceae, formerly Scrophulariaceae. Genus, Castilleja. The genus Castilleja encompasses approximately 200 species worldwide, with the majority occurring throughout western North America. Some of the most common species include Castilleja coccinea, scarlet Indian paintbrush, Castilleja miniata, giant red Indian paintbrush, Castilleja lineariifolia, Wyoming Indian paintbrush, Castilleja rexiifolia, rosy paintbrush, and the Castilleja sessiliflora, downy paintbrush. Physical characteristic. Indian paintbrush is a herbaceous perennial or annual plant that typically grows to heights of 1 to 3 feet, 30 to 90 centimeters. Its most distinctive feature is not actually its flowers but rather its brightly colored leaf-like bracts that surround the small, tubular true flowers. These bracts serve as visual attractants for pollinators and give the plant its characteristic paintbrush appearance. Stems and leaves. The stems are erect and usually unbranched, covered with fine hairs. The leaves are alternate, narrow, and often deeply lobed. Lower leaves are generally longer than upper leaves, and their color can range from green to reddish-purple. Flowers. The true flowers are inconspicuous, tubular structures nestled within the colorful bracts. They are typically 1 to 2 inches long and may be yellow, green, or white. The bracts surrounding them range in color from scarlet red to orange, yellow, pink, or purple, depending on the species. Blooming period. Most species bloom from spring to midsummer, with flowering periods varying by region, elevation, and specific species. Root system. Indian paintbrush has a taproot system that facilitates its hemiparasitic nature. Ecological significance. Hemiparasitic nature. One of the most fascinating aspects of Indian paintbrush is its hemiparasitic lifestyle. Unlike full parasites that cannot photosynthesize, Indian paintbrush is capable of producing its own food through photosynthesis. However, it supplements its nutrition by forming hostorial connections with the roots of neighboring plants, primarily grasses and sagebrush. These specialized structures called hostoria penetrate the host plant's roots and extract water, minerals, and some organic compounds. This parasitic relationship is not typically harmful enough to kill the host plant but does provide the paintbrush with additional resources that allow it to thrive in nutrient-poor soils. Pollination ecology. Indian paintbrush has co-evolved with hummingbirds, making it an important nectar source for these birds. The bright red bracts of many species are particularly effective at attracting hummingbirds, while butterflies and bees may visit other species with different colored bracts. This pollination relationship highlights the plant's ecological role in supporting wildlife. Habitat and distribution. Indian paintbrush species can be found across diverse habitats including prairie grasslands, mountain meadows, open woodlands, alpine regions, desert landscape, coastal areas. They are particularly abundant throughout western North America, from Alaska to Mexico, with some species extending eastward across the Great Plains and into parts of the eastern United States and Canada. Different species have adapted to specific environments, resulting in their wide distribution across various ecological zones. Cultural significance. Indigenous uses. Many Native American tribes valued Indian paintbrush for both practical and ceremonial purposes. Medicinal applications. Several tribes used the plant to treat rheumatism and joint pain. The Cheyenne prepared a tea from the plant to enhance fertility and treat sexually transmitted infections. Some tribes applied crushed leaves as poultices for skin conditions. The Navajo used the plant to treat stomach ailments. Food source. The nectar-rich flowers were occasionally eaten by various tribes, though consumption was limited since some species may concentrate selenium from the soil, potentially causing toxicity. Dye production. The brightly colored bracts were sometimes used to create natural dyes for textiles and body paint. Ceremonial importance. Several tribes incorporated Indian paintbrush into various ceremonies and rituals, particularly those associated with fertility and artistic inspiration. Folklore and state symbol. Indian paintbrush features prominently in Native American folklore. One popular legend tells of a young artist who, frustrated with his inability to capture the vibrant colors of a sunset, asked the spirits for help. They instructed him to paint using brushes made from desert plants. When he finished his masterpiece, he left his paintbrushes scattered across the landscape, where they took root and blossomed as Indian paintbrush flowers. The cultural significance of this plant is further demonstrated by its designation as the state flower of Wyoming, where Castilleja lineariifolia, Wyoming Indian paintbrush, has held this honor since 1917. Conservation status and challenges. Many Indian paintbrush species face various conservation challenges. Habitat loss. Urban development, agricultural expansion, and mining activities have reduced suitable habitat for many species. Climate change. Shifting precipitation patterns and temperature regimes threaten to disrupt the delicate balance between Indian paintbrush and its host plant. Collection pressure. Due to its beauty, wild populations sometimes suffer from excessive collection by enthusiasts unaware of its specific growth requirements. Endangered species. Several species and subspecies are listed as threatened or endangered, including Castilleja christii, Christ's Indian paintbrush, endangered. Castilleja levisecta, golden paintbrush, threatened. Castilleja mollis, soft-leaved paintbrush, endangered. Cultivation and garden use. Despite its beauty, Indian paintbrush is notoriously difficult to cultivate due to its hemiparasitic nature. Successful cultivation requires host plants. Growing Indian paintbrush alongside appropriate host plants such as native grasses, penstemons, or other compatible species. Soil conditions. Well-draining soil with minimal organic matter, mimicking its natural habitat. Seed treatment. Stratification, cold treatment of seeds for 4 to 6 weeks prior to sowing. Light requirements. Full sun to partial shade, depending on the species. Establishment period. Patience, as plants may take 2 to 3 years to reach flowering maturity. For conservation-minded gardeners, Indian paintbrush makes an excellent addition to native plant gardens, prairie restorations, and wildflower meadows where it can support local pollinator populations. Conclusion. Indian paintbrush represents a fascinating intersection of botanical adaptation, ecological relationships, and cultural significance. Its hemiparasitic lifestyle, coevolution with pollinators, and historical importance to indigenous peoples make it far more than just a beautiful wildflower. As we continue to appreciate these flamboyant blooms painting hillsides across North America, we should also recognize the complex biological systems they represent and the conservation challenges they face. By understanding and protecting Indian paintbrush species, we preserve not only a botanical treasure but also an important piece of North America's natural and cultural heritage for future generations to appreciate and study. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed our videos, please like and share them to help grow our learning channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future learning videos. Until next time, keep learning and stay knowledgeable.